So we were supposed to do the normality concept of normality today, because that's very important, just to differentiate between a parametric and a non-parametric test. So I will start today with the concept of normality. So it has been seen from experience that whenever we plot the data of many natural variable, most of the observations, they tend to be around in the center, and they tend to be creating a central peak. And the other values, the probabilities of the other values, they tend to lie far apart from that central tendency or the central mean, and that taper in both the directions equally. And because we have plotted, we have seen, like if you take any natural variable like IQ, like weight of a person, and if you plot it, then it follows a bell-shaped curve. Bell-shaped curve, we discussed that the most of the values tend to be around in the center, and then they taper in both the directions equally, resulting a bell-shaped curve. So this bell-shaped curve, we call it as a normal distributed curve. Means that data follows a normal distribution. So like this curve, it is the height of a 14-year-old girl, and you have now you can see the curve. It is a bell-shaped curve where the mean is 1.5 meter and the standard deviation is 0.074. This is another graph where you can see there are two plots. Both are normally distributed. Both have got the same standard deviation, that is 15, and mean of the first plot is 15, whereas the mean of the second plot is 150. So both these graphs are normally distributed. This is again a normally distributed curve, but if you see the height of the curve, the blue curve, it is higher in height than the red one, which is showed as a dotted line to you. So this curve has got a high peak and this curve has got a low peak. So you can see that curve which is widespread, it has got a more standard deviations. The standard deviation of this dotted curve is 30 and standard deviation of this blue curve is 15. Whereas mean of both the curve are same. So distribution, if you see this graph, here there are two groups and both groups are normally distributed. So if the groups are normally distributed, then we apply parametric test. If the groups are not normally distributed, like this, I'm talking especially in case of an independent sample t-test. Independent sample t-test we apply when we compare the means of the two different groups. Any variable, any mean, if we compare it across two groups, then we apply independent sample t-test. In that case, if one group follows a normal distribution and the other group follows a non-normal distribution, then we apply a non-parametric test. So to apply a parametric test, both the group should follow the normal distribution. So there are two ways to assess normality. So now we know what is normal distribution. A normal distribution is a bell-shaped curve where mean, median coincide and mode also, and where the standard deviation, the value of standard deviation is 1. Now there are a numerical way to assess normality and there is a subjective way to assess normality. I will first talk of this normality by the numerical way. So when we use this numerical way, which is a more objective way to assess normality, this method is useful more for a low sample size. And that what is the cutoff for that low sample size? If the sample size is 50 and less, then generally we apply this objective way or numerical way to assess normality. The other objective ways are skewness, kurtosis, and Shapiro-Wilk test. So there are basically 4 ways to assess normality by a numerical method. The first, which is not written here, that is by the seeing the standard deviation and mean. The second is by seeing the skewness, the value of skewness. The third is the value of kurtosis. And the fourth is the Shapiro-Wilk test. Most commonly, we use Shapiro-Wilk test for the testing of normality if the sample size is less than 50. But you can use other ways also, or you can use more than one method also. Like you can use kurtosis and Shapiro-Wilk, or skewness and Shapiro-Wilk, or seeing the mean and median. So the first thing is the difference between the mean and standard deviation. Ideally, the standard deviation should be less than half of the mean. And if it is so, we can say that the data is approximately normally distributed. Now there is again a subjective way to assess the normality. Now, what is that subjective judgment? In the subjective judgment, you need more experience because you should be familiar with the type of plot which is seen on the X and Y axis. And if you see more and more and more graphs, then you become very much familiar that this is normal distribution and this is not normal distribution. So it is this graphical method, it is usually applicable for sample size more than 50. Then there is a histogram also, where we can use the plotting method as a histogram and we can see the distribution. So there are 2 ways to judge this: the subjective way, quantile plot, or we call it as a QQ plot, and the second is the histogram. So to summarize once again, there are 2 ways: numerical ways, which is objective method, and graphical way, which is a subjective method. In the numerical way, there are 4 ways to test normality. There is a standard deviation and mean, where we say that if the standard deviation is less than half of the mean, it is approximately normally distributed, the data. The second is the kurtosis, third is the skewness, and fourth is the Shapiro-Wilk test. We will discuss these all one by one. And the subjective method or graphical method, we have got 2 methods: histogram, and the second is the QQ plot or the quantile plot. And you need more experience to see this plot and comment whether the data is normally distributed or not. So coming to the this command we'll see later. So now coming to the Shapiro-Wilk test. So Shapiro-Wilk test, it is most commonly used test for assessment of normality, which is an objective way. In this, the null hypothesis is that the data is normally distributed. So if the value of P comes here more than 0.05, then we say that the data is normally distributed, because the null hypothesis says, usually what we say, we always take the null hypothesis that there is no association in terms of no. But here the null hypothesis is opposite. The null hypothesis states that the data is normally distributed. So for rejecting the, if we reject the null hypothesis, that means P will be less than 0.05. So that means if the P is less than 0.05, the data is not normally distributed. So at every place in all the parametric or non-parametric test, we want P value to be less than 0.05. But here in this case, for testing of normality, we want P value to be more than 0.05 just because of our null hypothesis. And then it is suitable for sample size, which is less than 50. We have discussed also that if the sample size is less than 50, we use more objective way for the assessment of normality. So now coming to skewness. So what is skewness? Skewness is basically, it measures the symmetry of the curve around the central peak. and it is measured with the direction of the tail. So if you see a bell-shaped curve or a curve, the direction of its tail tells you about the right skewness or about the left skewness. For normal distribution, its value should be within plus minus 2. So if it is plus minus 2, that means minus tells you the negative skew or the left skew, plus tells you the positive skew or the right skew. So the direction tells you, the sign tells you the direction of skewness. And if the value is plus minus 2, then it is normally distributed. So this is again an objective way for the assessment of normality. The third concept is about the kurtosis. So kurtosis is, it measures the peak of the graph. So more peak graph, more kurtosis, less peak graph, less kurtosis. So if it is a more peak graph, we call it leptokurtic, and if it is less peak, means flat, we call it as a platykurtic. And again, for normal distribution, the value should be plus minus 2. So the value for both skewness and kurtosis, the limit is plus minus 2, and the skewness measures the right or left deviation, whereas the kurtosis measures the height or peak of a curve. So if you see the first one, so this tells you this is the tail. So this is the positive skew or the right skew. This is the negative skew or the left skew. Similarly, if you see this positive kurtosis where the peak is more, and when it is flat, then it is negative kurtosis. Now there are other, now coming to the graphical method. So we discussed about the numerical method for the assessment of normality. That was Shapiro-Wilk, then kurtosis and skewness and mean and standard deviation. Now we have to discuss the graphical method. Graphical method, we discussed about two things. The first one was histogram and the second one was the QQ plot or quantile plot. So histogram, as we all know, you can see it is for the continuous data, and you can see there is a histogram for gender male. You can see the mean is 5.5, whereas the standard deviation is 0.346. The sample size is 20. Ideally for 20, we should have done the Shapiro-Wilk test, but just to show you, I'm showing you this histogram. This is again one histogram. Then coming to the QQ plot. So the QQ plot, the full form is quantile plot. It is one of the best method to assess the normality graphically. So basically we will be using Shapiro-Wilk and QQ plot for all our sessions for the assessment of normality. And since the data sheet which has been given to you, or the demo sheet which is there, where I will be showing it, sample size is 193, which is more than 50. So I will be using the subjective way, that is the QQ plot, for the assessment of normality. Then if the data is normally distributed, the appearance of circular dot will be along the diagonal line. And if the data is not normally distributed, it will be scattered. We'll see this in every session, because from now onwards, for every test, parametric test, we have to apply this QQ test. And then it is again, I have said that it is a subjective assessment. So you need experience. The more you see the normally distributed thing, and the more you will, you can comment upon the non-normal data or not normal data. And if you are having a problem, you can apply more than one way to test for normality. Then you will be doubly sure if there is a confusion. But if there is no confusion, then you can go ahead with the QQ plot. So this you can see, this is the distribution of engagement score across male, and you can see that the dots are distributed along the diagonal line. This is the dots are distributed again the diagonal line. So we can say that it is a normally distributed graph, normally distributed QQ plot. So here you can see this is a graph. If it is a positive skew data, the QQ plot will appear something like this. If it is a negative data, the QQ plot will appear something like this. If it is a positive kurtosis, the QQ plot will appear like this. And if it is a negative kurtosis, the QQ plot will appear like this.